having the technical foo-foo over here. Crossing fingers that in fact it's just an error message up over here and it's not real. It's a pretend thing that they're doing and it's not really affecting whether or not you can see me. I'm Terry Morgan and we're here to practice Taiji. It is Wednesday, September 16th, 2020. We have a small room form that we can practice in the space that's available here. And we have a couple of sets guided on it. We're going to practice and again, crossing fingers. It's oh man, I don't know what to say. I have tried everything that I know how to do. I've shut off everything else in the house. It's halfway through class it disappears. I'm gonna put it on AT&T and YouTube. I'm kind of inclined to put it on YouTube as they're improving. Yeah, that was sarcasm. In their systems. They not improving nothing. Not for me anyway. Intermittent video and chat messages that don't go. Yeah, I'm ranting. All right, I'll be quiet. It was. Thank you for bearing with me. Apologies for that rant. I get really annoyed with things that cause issues that didn't need to be caused. It just didn't need to happen. And so I get really annoyed with that. We have a similar concept, and yes, I am going to tie that together. We have a similar concept in our Taiji practice, and for me at least, the way that I look at practice and a lot of what we're doing with Taiji, it's not about, and this is true for self-defense as well, it's not about knowing what to do when, it's about knowing what to do to prevent when from happening. Real good example. There was a video circulating around on social media that showed a young woman who was obviously trained in some self-defense moves, defending herself. Okay, this is what we practice. This is what it's for. This is how we do this. That's no problem. But the situation that she was in was one that was staged and should never have been something that would be allowed. Okay? She's in an elevator alone with a guy who's going to harass her. Alright? And she's standing in the middle of the elevator car playing with her phone. Just like I was talking about and ranting about the systems thing and how YouTube is going off and fixing stuff that didn't need to be fixed and letting the children play with the toys there. This young woman left herself in the open Now, I've traveled a bit, and I'm going to be real leery of either getting on or staying on an elevator alone in a situation that I'm not certain of, with a male who could be, don't know, interested in doing me harm. I'm just not going to do it. My eyes are open. I know these things. I'm not going to do it. Were I to be put kind of in that situation, say I'm on an elevator car and I'm riding down to leave or riding up to go to work, and everybody else has got off and there's only one person remaining, right? Not something that I'm going to ride the next 2 floors down, something, whatever. Alright, in this particular case, playing with the phone in the middle of the floor. So, the phone can become a self-defense tool. Hi, Bob. Yeah, I'm on the elevator right now. I'll be down the lobby to meet you in just a second. Hey, Mary, how's it going? I'm on my way home now. I'm in the elevator. I will call you back as soon as I get to the lobby. Should be just a minute or two. Should be just a minute. Somebody is waiting for me. Somebody is expecting me. And whether or not the person that's still on the elevator with me thinks that there's really somebody waiting at the door and is now going to hesitate to do something, right? Or whether it's simply a matter of that person never intended anything, but they now know my social plans. Who cares, right? The other thing, okay, so most people think, oh, self-defense tool, yeah, I'm going to hit strike, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to be... You can. Why not avoid the problem? The other thing in this particular circumstance, because I'm going to finish this story, I am, alright, was that she's standing in the middle of the floor. She's in a box, right? Elevator. I'm now standing to the door with room to move so my back's not flat up to the wall, but I'm back enough that getting around me on this side is not going to happen. And I'm forward on this side, so I've got the control panel right here in front of me. Now, if I really feel like I need to, I'm going to push a whole bunch of buttons, and the next time those doors open, I'm getting off that car. I can come back later. I can get on the next car. I don't need to stay there. Right? So, with Tai Chi, one of the things that we do, and I've talked about this a little bit, I'm going to talk about it a little bit more, and then we're going to get moving a little bit. This idea of anticipating what's next. What's the next move? What are you going to do next? It's a chess match when you're playing an opponent. But in your form practice, what's next? Alright, if I'm standing in the middle of the floor, there are 360 degrees of opportunity around me. Why would I do that? If I'm here, I've narrowed that to about 45 degrees of opportunity. I like 45 a whole lot better than 360. Alright, so this, as we're practicing, this kind of understanding of what you can do, it makes sense that a normal person, you don't have to have practiced anything, a normal person can use, provided you're trying to anticipate. Think, what might this be? And how can I avoid allowing it to become something else? Is there a way for me to do that? Alright, that was the question. My best answer, feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. My little errors over here went away. It seems like the system has decided to cooperate with me now. Maybe it just was waiting for me to talk. I don't know. It's... And hands circle to the front. Return to both sides. Bend the knees. Pull up through the center. Stretch up, stretch out, reach out over, big circle. And reach out. And I have to say this just because those people that I called when I was pretending that I was on the elevator using my phone, they didn't exist, and there was nobody on the other end of that line. They could have, but it's not necessary. All that's necessary is to create the belief. One more. And stretch up. Man, elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips. Follow your fingertips down. Pet the cat. Pet the cat. Reach out. Stretch up. Shoulders down. Two more. Last time. And we're going to stand straight, hands return to your sides. I'm going to turn around and do left and right side. And we're talking about this just real quick. Yesterday, I made a big point of talking about hands and what's going on. As I'm going through this set, and I'm actually petting my cat, right? This is the reality, right? So, actually petting cat. As I'm coming through, I keep that same sense of soft, continuous, slow circle, which this particular cat really does like that style of petting. My other cat likes scratches a little bit more. This one, she's real good about this one. Anyway, alright, so I'm going to turn around, left side, right side, feet about shoulder width apart, and circle to the front, and return, back up along the center line, turn left, and circle. Bend the knees. Bend through the hip. One more. Try to keep the back mostly straight. The bend to go over is through the hip, not through the waist. It's not that the waist stays flat. Center and turn to the right. The waist bends, but more of the bend needs to come through the hip. Reach out over the legs. Take the hips with you. Last time. And come center. Elbows drop down. Wrist. Fingertips, hands return to your sides. Alright, so my cat has opted in for petting this morning. Want to do these leg stretches that we started on Monday. I'm going to do them first stationary and then moving. So, facing this way. Feet about shoulder width apart. You're going to shift to the left, turn the right toes 45. Place the left on the heel. Alright? 3 times. Breathe in, hand circle to the front. Breathe out. Up along the center. Stretch out. Keep your foot flexed. Go for the toes. And if you can touch your nose to your knee, do it. Yep, it's close. Not there yet. And reach out. Last time. All the way up. Elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. Step up, straighten. And Shift right, open left. Place the right heel. And circle to the front. And back. Up along the center line. And stretch out. Reach out, keep the foot flexed. Balance. Center. Seems I need to be a little bit higher on that left leg. 1. Yep. 2. And one more time. Straight. Elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. And straighten. Okay, well, that was not optimal. Alright. Welcome to being human. So part of what happened was that I shifted my torso so that I was more forward, threw my leg off, threw my weight off balance, and compensating through my legs wasn't happening. Knowing what happened is how you fix it, right? And I've talked about that. We can do stepping method here. I've talked about this before. The idea that if you know your body, you know what you're doing, which is not always easy. You know what you're doing with your body. Very specific. You know what you should be doing. And you can tell the difference between what you're doing and what you should be doing. You can fix it. Alright, this, I'm going to move the cat. Same method here, except that we're doing it with a step. Alright? 2 and 2. Maybe 4. We'll see. Cat, no. No, you can't be there right now. You can't be there right now. I'm sitting in the chair. There's a chair over here. She's not going to stay there, but I can try. No. It's going to be one of those days. It's just one of those days. All right, feet about shoulder width apart. And breathe, relax. All right, and shift left, open right. Arms up and step over. And step through. Over. It's 4. And step through. Yay, there we go. Alright, and drop the elbows. Come back to center. Turn around, let's go the other way. And right, weight on the right, left foot front. Hands up. Reach out. Stretch up and down and center. Alright, so balance, placement, how we move into the next movement, how we leave the previous movement, all has bearing on what the movement ends up being and how it ends up looking. Alright? So if I'm struggling a little bit with balance, I'm going to look like I'm struggling a little bit with balance. If I'm comfortable and confident that I've set my position correctly and that everything is working as it should, it's going to show. It will. You can't hide it. Some people may not be able to see it right away, but once it's pointed out, it's pretty easy to see. Alright, so let me try and relocate the cat again. She likes this particular corner. And we'll practice. Come on. Oh. There you go. Alright. We want to practice this, I talked about this earlier, the stepping leg methods, right? So we have this one, palms out to both sides, right? Step left, kick right, 1. And step right, kick left, excuse me. Geez, this feels like Monday, man. All right. Feet together, stand straight. Step right, kick left. Step left, kick right. Okay. Notice that my foot comes down to where it left. So, starting here, step right, kick left. That's where my feet end up. Could be a little tighter, but it goes right back to where it was. As you bring the leg down, resist. Try and keep it up even though it's coming down. That will build the strength to take it back up and to leave it up when you decide to do that. Alright, let's do this one more time, go this way, and then we'll turn around and come back. Feet together. Stand straight. Both hands out to both sides. Step right, kick left. Step left, kick right. Turn around. Step right. Step left. Alright, the foot is flexed. Not toes. It's not a pointed foot. Foot for this is flexed. Second exercise. Similar idea, except instead of straight up to the same shoulder, the foot goes to the opposite shoulder. Step right, kick left. Left foot goes to the right shoulder. And comes down more or less where it left. Okay? Let's try it. Stand straight. Hands out. Step right, kick left. Left foot to the right shoulder. Step left, right foot to the left shoulder. Turn around. Step right and left. Do it again. Step right, step left. Step right, step left. Okay. These sets are designed to build more holding strength in the hip and a greater range of motion with the leg. I'm going to do one more. Maybe we're going to do two more. I'm going to go ahead and give the third one, the fourth one. All right, so we have straight up, and we're going to come across. Go to the outside. Okay, so I'm going to step left. My right leg is going to take a circle, outward sweep to the right side. And Cat needs to not be here for this. No cats. No cats. Alright, so feet together, arms out. I want to try and kick my right hand. So step left, circle right, the leg goes around and out, and I want to kick my right hand. Same thing on the left side. All right. The focus to make contact with the hand is also part of opening the leg and opening the hip and controlling how the leg moves in that particular circle. Think about this for a second. I take my arm up here and I do this. It's pretty easy. I can do that. Not too much of a problem. Do that with your leg. 90 degrees, circle. My leg isn't doing that today. It's not happening. This exercise will help to build the strength so that that could happen if that's what you decide to work on. Feet together, arms out, step left, outward circle, right leg. Step right, outward circle, left leg. Turn around. Stand straight, right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. The last of these, and then we'll do the Taiji set. Same type of thing with the leg, big circle, except going to the other side. Inward, not outward. So right leg to the left hand. Stand straight. All right. You want the leg to come back to pretty much where it was. I'm a little rusty, so, and I'm old. I'll work on it. Needs more work, right? Stand straight. Step left. Kick right inward. Not better. All right. Right leg inward, left leg inward. Stand straight. Step left to kick right. step right to go left. And one more time. Step left to kick right. Step right to kick left. Alright, stop there for a second. Take a little sip of coffee. Just because, and if you have water or coffee, please do. We have, just a sip, we have a number of things that we've worked on this week. These leg sets being one of them. As we put this all back into our Taiji form, right? What am I doing here? As I'm doing these kicks and things, and it doesn't seem like it is Taiji, but it doesn't seem like it. Taiji is this soft, quiet thing. Well, I've talked about intrinsic energy, I've talked about the internal energy, I've talked about building resilience in the body so that you can do more with whatever form you're practicing. This is one of those being able to do more things. Alright? So, with Tai Chi, I've talked about this idea of being lower, of working closer to the ground, that there are some moves that do go to the ground that we should be paying attention to, that whether you work to that level or not, they exist and you need to know about it. It's not, how do I say this? I don't ever want anybody who has come through me to learn anything about Tai Chi to have any illusions about some mystery thing or other thing, or, oh, that's not this and this is not that. It's, alright, so with, let me see if I can do this. Maybe. I'm checking my knees. Let me check my knees here for a second. It says, make sure my knees are ready for what I'm about to do. Alright, in Yang style Tai Chi, which is what we're working on, right? We have a number of moves that I've given as average, right? We have brush knee. So I'm going to step through, and my leg is 45-ish. Not too low. Not asking for 90. Right? Parallel to the floor. Not asking for that. The form goes there. I was checking my knees. It's, go the other way. Left leg front? Yeah, why not? Alright. Alright, so I'm a bit lower here than what I've given up here. Right? Form goes there. Single whip, right? We have this in the first part of the form, and then we turn and raise the hands. In the third part of the form, we have single whip, and we also have snake creeps down. And I should go out that way, but it's not happening without a little push. Alright? without building up the leg strength, that's not going to happen. Alright? Now, there's a time in my life when I could do that move and come up on the other side. Alright? You will see me do that again. Not today, but you will see me do that again. So my point is that opening the hip is a prerequisite for being able to even get down there, let alone get back up. Alright? First part of it, opening the hip so that you can go there. Developing the leg strength so you can go there. Next part, developing the leg strength so you can get out of it. Right? And I've talked about this extensively. I'm chatty today, I know. This idea that when you go into a movement, you're also looking for where it ends. I'm anticipating what I'm going to do next. With some of these exercises, I'm previewing what I'm going to do next. All right? So, let's do our basic walking set, forward and back, and then let's practice forms. Feet about shoulder width apart, hands behind your back, stand straight, shoulders down, any tension, anything that's not correctly aligned, fix it, and shift left, little bend, small step. This is not that big step that I just showed. This is little step, and step through. And turn around, go back, turn in. And turn in. And one more, put it down to the side. Turn and straighten. Alright. Form practice. Feet together. This side. What am I going to do next? This side. What am I doing now? Salute. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms up. Press down. Shift left. Open right. Transfer the weight, step through. Left side ward off, right side pull down and turn. Left side prepare for pull down. And step through, pull down, right side ward off and turn. Pull down. Press. Push. Single whip. Raise your hands. White crane spreads its wings. Brush knee. Step up. Hands strum the lute. Brush knee. Shift back. deflect downward, parry, and punch. Close the door. Turn, crossing hands, open, press down, close and salute, stand straight. Alright, we do this again. As we step, okay, pay attention to how the step changes so that you're ready for the next posture. I mean, it's fairly obvious here in the beginning. Shift left to open right. Transfer through. Step through. How did that step set me up for my next direction? If my step is in the correct place, excuse me, it's fairly easy to make the turn. Right? I'm here, step, shift back, 45, and step through. As I stepped out, I kept correct placement. I've made another video about correct placement for Taiji stepping. Basically, it's your fist. I step out, so my butt's going to hit the paintings here. One fist in between your feet. As you step forward, if you bring that front foot back, it's about one of your fists. Not my fist, your fist. So if I've stepped here, I'm going to be off balance. I'm not going to be able to shift back to turn to go to this direction. I'm not going to be able to go very much of anywhere, really. Alright? If I stepped here behind, again, I have a little bit of trouble getting over here. It's not as bad as if I'm over there, but it's still not going to happen all that easily, right? My foot should be straight, not at an angle. If I step out here at an angle, then I'm in pretty good shape to do something over there. Otherwise, I'm not. So, as I step here, that's my next turn. Right there, that's it. That sets me up to be able to go in this direction. So, my foot's placed correctly here for this move. Right? I need to be able to come forward with strength, with energy. My back leg drives, front leg supports. Back leg pushes forward, front leg pushes back. Push. As I turn, in this case, ward off, pull down. As I turn, weight transfers to the back leg on the heel. 45 to step through. Yeah, it's a good exercise. Pick it up, hit your knee, put it back down. Right? Lots of things you can do that will help you to find the correct place to put your foot. Drawing pictures on the floor will help. Putting things on the floor. Not the cat, but things that you could step on and not hurt. Alright? Know where your foot's supposed to go. Anticipate how correctly placing your foot and the rest of your body for that matter. We're working on feet right now. Correctly placing your foot is going to contribute to being able to do the next movement more correctly, more smoothly. Let me relocate the cat again. Hey cat, reload. Over there. Thank you. Anticipate where your foot needs to be. And know where you're putting it all both at the same time. Feet together, stand straight, salute. Breathe in, breathe out. All the weight on the right, release the left. Open, center. Arms up. Press down. Shift left, open right. Right toes go to 45. It sets you up for the step. Step through. That correct placement right here. And step through. Turn. Pull into the back leg. And press. Shift back. Use the back leg push. Turn around, single whip. Remember to set your toes. And open. Left turns in. Raise your hands, right step up. Right heel, turn, right toes 45. Open, white crane spreads its wings. And turn, fresh knee. Step up, Hands Strum The Lute. Notice the right foot still 45, sets you up for brush knee. Shift back, left to 45. Right 45. Left straight. Shift back. Push. And turn. Toes. Circle the leg. Straighten. And salute. Each time you put your foot down, each time you turn your toes, each time you do something that changes where your weight is, you have an opportunity to set yourself up for the next movement, or to screw yourself up for the next movement. You can do either. All right? So, where do I need to be? Where does my body need to be? Where does my foot need to be? Where does my hand need to be? In order to anticipate what's coming next. And at the same time, right? At the same time, give full and due measure to the current movement. I'm here. And I'm raise my hands. And I'm press down. And I know that the next movement after I finish this, as my hands are coming down, I know the next thing that I'm going to do is to shift my weight so that I can open to the right. I'm going to do this wrong. This is another one of those. Don't do this. This is wrong. Don't do this. This way. This is wrong. Don't do it this way. All right? I'm here. Raise the hands. That's wrong. This is correct. This one, do this one. I know it's going to happen. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Still waiting for it. Yay, we're still waiting for it. We're still waiting for it. Now start. Right? You should, even on video, you should be able to see the difference there. All right? I know what's coming next. There's no doubt in my mind. I know what I'm going to do next. I could do several things, but I know this time this is what I'm going to do. The movement before gets its full measure. I'm not going to cut it short because I'm anticipating what comes next. Right? This movement is what I'm doing now. This movement is what I'm doing next. They're linked. They're not muddled. Try again. Feet together. Stand straight. Relax and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, salute. Breathe out. Breathe in. All the weight on the right, release the left. Open and center. Breathe out. Arms up. Breathe in. Relax the breath. Palms down. Wait for it. Wait. There we go. Now shift. Press, open, and push. Turn, single whip. Shift. Raise the hands. Left toes just turn, yes. And turn the right toes. White crane spreads its wings. Fresh knee. Step up. Hands strum the lute. Turn. Fresh knee. Shift back. Deflect downward. Parry. And punch. Shift back. Close the door. Turn. Crossing hands. Stand straight. Close and salute. This idea of what comes next, combined with what we're doing right now, is pretty important concept in all of our Tai Chi systems and in every form that I've ever learned. You cannot be paying attention only to what you're doing right now, because you need to do something else next. Right? You have to know what that is. It's the sequence of events, how things get strung together. You have to keep both what I'm doing now, what's going to come next, in mind simultaneously. It's not as difficult as it sounds. At first it's a little tough. But as you're paying attention to raise your hands, right? So I'm here. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Right? Raise your hands. White crane spreads its wings. One, two, three. I know where this hand is going to go next in the form, and this particular move is relatively easy to put on that 1, 2, 3 kind of a motion. It's not entirely correct to do it that way because you're muddling two different moves together, but the concept is there. All right, I have to relocate the cat again. I'm going to do this. You're probably not going to be able to see it that well because I've got a lousy camera, but I'm going to do this anyway. All right. Cats. It's a cat day. All right. I'm going to do this not facing the camera, the same as what we do in practice. Just watch. So far, pretty much the same, yeah? In a minute, not so much. If you don't know what's coming next, you can't do that. There is a fast form, and you do have to know what's coming next. Okay? So, as we're practicing slowly, we're going to take that slowness, take that opportunity to develop the skill to say, this is what I'm doing now. This is what I'm doing next. Put yourself in the position that what you're going to do now is done correctly, and what you're going to do next is correctly pre-positioned, if you will. You're prepared for what you're going to do next. Doing what I'm doing now, I'm going to prepare what I'm doing next. All at the same time. I will be back for Qigong tomorrow and for more Tai Chi next week, and crossing fingers that the current, everything looks fine over here, situation is going to prevail, and and the technical difficulties will just go away. I'm going to continue to work on that. Appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.